My name is Elaine Bebo. Senators, it's an honor to speak to you, asking for your support on this important legislation before you. What is taking place in the northwest corner of our state, on the border of Connecticut and Mass, has awakened troubling concerns and brought about this bill, which to me beckons the need for immediate involvement on the legislative level. This is the United States of America, the home of the free and brave. We live in a government of democracy, of the people, by the people, and for the people. There are so many notable quotes and slogans spoken with wisdom by those who came before us. These timeless words refer to all America stands for, apart from other countries. One such quote by Martin Luther King seems fitting to the passion that is seen and felt by so many who have been drawn out of their ordinary lives to make their voices heard. The quote, "There is no noise as powerful as the sound of the marching feet of a determined people." We are a determined people. We are the slogan, "United we stand." We the people see something so detrimental on so many levels happening to us that we join together and use all the rights we have left to stop what we feel is such a wrong being done to our lives. It's important to note that the land, the air, the water, the wildlife, the plants and trees, they're not able to sit here before you and testify, but they too need a voice. To sin by silence when they should protest makes cowards of men. President Lincoln. There is another important relevant slogan that pertains to America. That slogan, liberty and justice for all. For those that need a refresher of what the definition of liberty is, let me remind you. Liberty means the state of being free within a society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life. I ask you to support this legislation on the grounds that, with the current laws, our liberties are being infringed upon. America wasn't founded on the ideals of a dictatorship. When a state can say it doesn't matter who you are, where you live, how hard you have worked to own your home, what quality of life you have chosen to live, when a state can come in and intrude into your life, your family's life, your way of life, turn it all upside down, and inform you, we want to build another giant power plant in your town. Not in a brownfield we have already created, but right where all is right in this state. When they continue to tell you to do this, we will destroy acres and even more acres of forested land, that they will have to take away your fresh air that you and your children breathe, and tell you, we're sorry about that, but as you know, power plants kind of spew lots of yucky stuff out of those giant smokestacks that can actually cause or complicate diseases. Oh yes, and there will be a risk of poisoning your water. We must tell you that using MBTE-tainted water, after all, is a risky proposition. But wow, if this works, won't it be great? Unfortunately, your ears will be filled with constant noise. I know. You poor people in Burrillville are already suffering from unwanted, intrusive noise levels that are causing homes to vibrate from the gas compression station. We understand that, but that noise really doesn't have anything to do with the proposed power plant noise levels that will be made. We know all about Ocean State Power Plant. After all, it's the largest plant we now have here in Rhode Island. But we don't feel that should be factored into what your town has already endured. As far as those dark night skies, you can forget about that. The light pollution will cause them to greatly brighten. We do feel badly that some of you will need to move out of your homes and from your community that you love. But we have to consider everyone in our state, For those of you that won't be bought out, we wish you luck trying to sell your home. That might be a tough one. Really. Who would want to live next to a giant power plant? We get that. And yes, we feel badly about it. But again, we have to consider everyone in our state. Why can't you people out there in God's country understand this? And that's how that feels to me. That's the feelings I am feeling. And my goodness, to me, senators, this just doesn't seem the American way. How did we, innocent people, become sacrificial lambs for whatever benefits the state leaders feel are more valuable than our lives, than our quality of life, and rob us of our American rights? None of this rings true to the liberty and justice for all. I appreciate your participation in taking part in this legislation, which would begin to give back some of our liberties, to do what we can to protect our lives, our land, our environment, our planet, and all of our futures. Every Rhode Islander should have these rights, so energy facilities are appropriately placed and not specifically placed in areas inappropriate, not for the good of the people, but for the good of the energy plant. One last quote by Mark Twain: "Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest." Thank you, senators, and especially you, Senator Fogarty, in consideration of this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions or comments for this witness?